Hello, future toppers. Let's make maths simple, intuitive, and fun together. So, we are back with wholesome new question which says let p and p plus 2 be a prime number. So, okay. So, if p and p plus 2 is a prime number, means no other number can divide these two numbers except itself and 1. Okay. So, you have to keep this thing in your mind. Let determinant this, so we have to find out determinant of this, and later then the sum of maximum value of alpha and beta. So you have to find out value of alpha and beta where p power alpha and p plus 2 power beta divides the determinant. Okay, so what I will do, I will find out the determinant in terms of p and p plus 2. Okay, so look at this situation. So what I will do, I will take p factorial common from this row, p plus 1 factorial common from this row, and p plus 2 factorial common from this row. Okay, so we got p factorial, p plus 1 factorial, p plus 2 factorial, and then we will be getting 1 p plus 1, p plus 2, and p plus 1. Okay, now here p plus 1, so here p plus 2, and here p plus 3, p plus 2, and p plus 2 is already outside. So here p plus 2, 1, p plus 3, p plus 4, and p plus 3, because p plus 2 is already taken common. So done. Okay, now what I will do, I'll make this thing and this thing 0 using the first one. Okay, so I would like to say R2 will be transformed as R2 minus R1, and same problem I will create for R3. So R3 minus R1. Okay, so we got p factorial, p plus 1 factorial, p plus 2 factorial. Okay, now look at this. So first row will remain unchanged. So 1, p plus 1, and this thing will become what? Whatever. P plus 2, p plus 1. Now this thing will become 0, and p plus 2 minus p plus 1, so will become 1. And this minus this, so this minus this means what? P plus 2 will be common. Okay, so p plus 2 will be common, and we will be left with p plus 3 minus p minus 1. Okay, and same thing will happen to this. So p plus 3 minus p plus 1. Oh ho. Okay, so this thing will become 2, correct? And this thing will become, here we won't find anything common, so I will write p square plus 7p plus 12 and minus p square minus 3p minus 2. I hope till this part you guys are okay. This thing gone, and we are left with 2, so this is nothing but 2. Here also we will do the simplifications. So we got p square done. 7p minus 3p is 4p. So you got your 4p, and 12 minus 2 will become 10. Okay, now you guys can open this determinant along column number 1. So we got things as p factorial, p plus 1 factorial, p plus 2 factorial, and 1 time. So it is 4p plus 10 minus it will become what? 2 to 4, 4p minus 8. So 4p gone, we are left with 2. Okay, so can I say that 2 times p factorial, p plus 1 factorial and p plus 2 factorial? Is that okay? I hope till this part you guys are okay. Now we have to divide this thing by p power alpha, okay, and p plus 2 power beta. So look at this how I will break now. So my idea is, look at this, I will break. So can I say that 2 times p factorial, p plus 1 times p factorial, p plus 2, p plus 1 and p factorial? Okay, so we got 2 times p factorial power 3, then p plus 1 power 2 and then p plus 2, correct? Now you know that p is a prime number. So if prime number, suppose it is 5, so 5 factorial to the power 3, okay, and we have to divide by what? P, and we have assumed to the power p to be what? 5 na. Now look at this, how many 5s we will have in this component? So it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, power 3. So 3 will be distributed everywhere. So according to me, if you divide by 5, the maximum thing will be what? 3. So alpha value becomes 3. So maximum value of alpha becomes 3. Now you want p plus 2 to the power beta. So here so it is only p plus 2 only na. It is not p plus 2 power p plus 2 prime, okay, p plus 2 factorial, and it is already prime number and we don't have anything other power. So beta becomes what? 1, because this is the maximum. It's 1 only na. So we got alpha as 3 and beta as 1. Therefore the sum of maximum value will become 4. I hope the idea is clear and you guys can handle similar situations. So see you guys in the next session of Mathflix.